in the wrong direction. If your goal, this is only if your goal is money. If your goal is fame and growth, keep going. Just do more of it. Okay? It's just going to be really hard to make a living off brand deals and ad revenue. You'll get to 10K, you might get to 15K. It's going to be hard to push further than that. Now, if you have a service or a product, specifically a service, the best part is a service where you sell your expertise to other businesses at a premium. Back to the AI automations for accounting firms. Are you kidding me? You could sell that for 10 grand. You find 5 accounting firms in the whole entire United States. Find 10 and you're a millionaire. Find 8 and you're a millionaire. In a year. Okay? So you got to understand the difference between virality and conversions. Then number 2 is you need to understand how to ebb and flow, push and pull between top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel. Okay, it should be about a 4-to-1 ratio. 4 top of funnel for reach. Sometimes not always, actually. This is for the average person with a smaller following. If you have a bigger following, you might want to go like 2 top of funnel, 4 middle of funnel, 1 bottom of funnel. You just ebb and flow. It just depends. If you're trying to make more money, then do more bottom of funnel. If you're trying to get more views, then you go more top of funnel, and then just always use middle of funnel as your basis. And then ask yourself those 3 questions. Can anyone watch this for top of funnel? If they applied this, would their life be better for middle of funnel? And did I position my product as the solution to their problem while still adding value? That's the bottom of funnel.
I've made a lot of stupid purchases in my life, but here are 3 luxury items that I don't regret buying and would buy again if I lost them tomorrow. Starting off with the tech, you gotta have good headphones. These are the AirPod Pros that I use every day for working out, listening to music, and doing business. I think these cost about $250. Then I take about 15 to 25 flights a year, so you gotta have good noise cancellation over the ear headphones. I use the Bose Quiet Comforts. I think back in the day, these were like $400, but I think you probably pick them up for like $250 nowadays. Next up, we have my watch collection. This is something that I don't regret. I know this probably isn't the best purchase for a lot of people in their 20s, but I saved up the money to do it. And not only have I made tremendous connections, friends, and business deals from it, but it's just something I genuinely enjoy. And this cost me about $15,000 a couple years ago. And not only can I get that money back, but I think I made a little bit of money on it if I were to sell it now. So I'd rather have this on my wrist than sitting in a bank account, right? And it's something that I truly enjoy, and I have genuinely made great friends and money through business deals that started off with a conversation about this watch. And then lastly is Tempur-Pedic pillows. They are so comfortable and so self-cooling. I sleep like a fucking baby at night because of these pillows. I think they were $200 each for the both pillows that I have. You will not function at your highest ability or your highest capacity if you are not sleeping well. Sleep is everything. If you want to lose weight, if you want to make money, if you want better relationships, you can't do any of that without good sleep. Invest in a good mattress, invest in a good pillow. And for a bonus, I never think it's a waste of money if you spend your money on travel. Again, I'm not telling you guys to go into debt for any of this. You should be able to budget and save accordingly. But if you have the money, go and travel the world. I think it is the best way to meet new people, understand different perspectives, understand and learn about different cultures, and it will just make you a better human overall, especially while you are young and healthy and able to go travel the world. Go do it. Peace.
This is how much money I spent in the month of June as a 25-year-old living in Palm Beach, Florida. So I have 3 streams of income, and last month I made $16,220. On eating out and Uber Eats, I spent $842 this month. I know it's a little high, but I love eating out, and I had family in town this month, so I did take them out to eat a couple times. I have no idea how Chase Ridgway keeps his eating out budget to $20 a month. It's actually insane, but it's probably why he's so diced. On rent and utilities, I spent $265. That's because I just moved into this brand new building and I get 2 months of rent for free, so I'll start paying rent next month. For my car and car insurance, I spent $770. I paid $38 for Tesla supercharging, and I also spent $250 on a new Tesla deposit, which I ended up canceling anyway, so that was a wash. I got a parking ticket, which is $40. On shopping, I spent $245, which is a lot less than last month. Reoccurring business expenses, I spent $120. On groceries and meal prep services, I spent $229. I spent $152 this month at different coffee shops. I just moved to the area, so I want to try out all the best coffee shops and cafes and support local businesses, and I'm a fiend for a good iced coffee. Entertainment includes anything I need to pay to get into, bars, clubs, movies, concerts, etc. And I rented a boat this month for the 4th of July, so that came out to $220. And that brings my grand total for the month of June to $3,228 spent, which is less than half of what I spent last month. So after all my expenses, that leaves me with $12,992. I'm going to set aside roughly $3,000 for taxes. And because I have a fully funded emergency fund and travel fund, that leaves me with about 10 bands to do whatever I want with, most of which I will invest across Bitcoin and the S&P 500. Let me know if you have any questions. Peace.
You work in corporate and you want to get promoted really quickly, you need to say fuck the chain of command. What does that mean? It means that your boss has a manager, that manager has a director, that director has a VP, president, CEO, etc. And depending on the industry that you work in, they might take hierarchy very seriously. But if you want to move up the ranks quickly, you need to learn how to play the game and then bend it. Because here's the truth. Rules are meant to be understood, so you know exactly when to break them the right way. Be tactical with it. The thing that I've done is I've always gotten in the right rooms with the right people at the right time, even if it's just for a little bit, right? If you are a junior, a very new intern, a small level, a small fish in a big ocean, you need to take all the chances that you can get, even if it's a 5-minute ride in the elevator, even if it's 5 minutes at a random coffee shop that you know this boss or this executive goes to. And then if you have balls, go and find out who their personal assistant is and grab 15 minutes with them on their calendar just to get to know them, not to kiss their ass, to provide value, to get to know them, to get to know what they value and don't value in a person at their company, right? And it is visibility. Visibility is currency. If you can be visible, that is how you get a promotion before the job posting is even listed. But with that said, sometimes you need to balance your ambition with humility, because if you are new, young, a junior, whatever, you need to shut the hell up sometimes and just listen, right? Because you need to observe. You need to observe what your leadership values. How do they move? What is their behavior? What language do they use? What pace do they have? What pain points are in their life that maybe you can help alleviate? Because as soon as you can understand that, you'll know exactly where you can fit in and thrive. My parents just celebrated their 37th wedding anniversary, so here are 37 love lessons that they learned over the years. Less alcohol, less fights, less health problems. Nothing is ever 50-50. It should always be 60-40, and both people should strive to be the 60. Discuss money before it becomes a problem. Don't keep score. That's a big one. I love this one. Your tone matters as much as your words. Touch matters. Hugs, handholds, head scratches. God, I love head scratches. Pick your battles. Some things aren't worth the fight. Assume positive intent. Never stop asking questions. Be there for each other on the good days, but especially the bad ones. Make space for each other's individuality. I love this one because as much as you're a team and a unit, you guys still have individual interests and hobbies, and you need to support that. It's never you versus them. It's you two versus the problem. I like that. Surprise each other with small gestures because they matter. Date nights are not optional. Mandatory once a week. Get dressed up, get cute, go out. It'll be a good time. Don't be afraid to apologize and admit you were wrong. Celebrate each other's wins, big or small. Praise in public and correct in private. Love that. Don't be fighting in front of other people. That's not cute. It's not classy. Fight fair, no blows, no low blows, which means, I guess, don't bring each other's insecurities into it or something that they told you with the utmost confidence. Don't bring that into a fight. Learn how they want to receive love, not just how you want to give it. Share your dreams while making new ones. Be okay with moments of boring or stillness. That's a big one, because